eggs are not the only breakfast item that's going up in price at the grocery store.
For what else is going up and the trend that we're seeing when it comes to fast food and breakfast, we want to bring in Beth Perro-Jarvis and Mary Van Note from Ginger Consulting. Welcome back, ladies. Good to have you both with us.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Grocery store prices. I mean, everyone's talking about it. Eggs, of course. We even had a story yesterday about the fact that there was a farm and garden store that sells chicks on Fridays, and the line was through the, out the door around the corner, lined
people
up.
want to raise their
People
own
want to
chickens.
raise their own chickens with egg prices. So let's talk a little bit about grocery stores and prices and kind of what we're seeing.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody's worried about the economy. Consumers are getting twitchy. Their consumer sentiment is down and all that kind of stuff. But the food prices are crazy, like 31% increase since 2019 in average food prices. And everybody on the street now knows about the price of eggs. Like, you don't have to be an economist to know about the price of eggs, which is crazy. It's up 10% this month, 15% last month, 59% over the last year. So consumers, you have to make some changes in your family when that's happening. And so people are buying fewer eggs. A lot of people are buying fewer eggs. But what's not been reported on is that people are buying fewer traditional breakfast foods as well. So people are buying less bacon, which is kind of a tragedy. And
You're right.
Right? And they're buying less pancake mix and waffle mix and less oatmeal and all sorts of things. And so all those things that, maybe your mom had around, they're not getting as much.
Well, and orange juice is one of those too, right?
Yes.
I remember those frozen cans that my mom would mix up all the time. We always had them in the freezer.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing about that too, because I remember that too.
I know.
And if it was frozen solid, it'd take you like an hour to get this.
Yeah, but everybody had orange juice, and you could be very middle class, lower middle class family. You'd have orange juice because you'd have the concentrate, and you didn't have to be one of those fancy people where you get it fresh, but you could. But everybody had it, and now people don't, because why? That little can of concentrate is up 80% since 2019, so it's become pretty expensive. And it's not just because of general inflation. It's because of the orange groves, unfortunately, in Florida. There's a disease going on with the trees, and it's wiped out millions and millions of orange trees in Florida, which is sad. In fact, their production is down 92%, their orange production. So when you see oranges at the grocery store or the juice, they're coming a lot from overseas, which is just really driving up the prices.
Right.
Yeah, so what happens is all those little staples that everybody had for that traditional American breakfast, that like they still call it that at the diner, the American breakfast, the eggs, sausage, orange juice, they're going away because they're expensive, and people are just getting other stuff and eating on the go.
So Beth, you're seeing a sort of correlation of what's going on in the fast food world then too. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So fast food, massive industry, $800 billion. But breakfast, which is about 20% of all fast food sales, is the key battleground. And the reason is because breakfast foods are cheaper. So if you're a restaurant owner, an operator, you're making more profit on breakfast. So that's why they all have gotten in the game. I mean, even Taco Bell has breakfast. It's amazing. Everybody's in this game. McDonald's, of course, was the #1. They were the OG. Early 70s, I think they introduced breakfast, and everyone just followed in suit because they made so much money. They're still #1, and surprisingly, coffee shops are even behind them. So you would think Starbucks or Dunkin' would be ahead of McDonald's, since people go there literally on the daily, but they're not. They're still in the #2 position.
Well, yeah, and this fact in here, the stat kind of surprised, I think, both of us this morning. 3 in 10 consumers eat a fast food breakfast once a week.
Well, and that's driven by coffee. So once the coffee shops started showing up all over on every corner. And then again, everybody started offering a coffee program. McDonald's has a really good coffee program. That's why the spike in eating breakfast at a fast food restaurant, because we're all doing it sort of on the go.
Yeah.
And within that audience, I guess, the real battleground is among Gen Z consumers. That's the consumer that everybody in fast food wants. These are the people that are about 14 to 28. They spend $225 a month on fast food, which is, versus a boomer, 60 plus, they're only spending $60 a month. So when you think about all the innovation and all the popular trends that are happening in fast food, believe me, they are doing that to satisfy that younger Gen Z audience.
And one of those things that's becoming more and more popular is Cane's. Raising Cane's chicken.
Raising Cane's chicken. That's because crispy chicken wings, tenders, nuggets, strips, what have you, that's what Gen Z wants. So Raising Cane's is one of the fastest growing chains in America. And really, again, everyone is adding crispy chicken and the fun dipping sauces to their menu. So, innovation is a buzzword. Value is a buzzword right now in fast food. We're dealing with, again, a distressed economy, as Mary mentioned.
McDonald's took a whole bunch of heat when they messed with their value menu, right? And then they went back and sort of retweaked it.
Absolutely.
And now, like, they're trying to stand by it. Is that kind of what's happening?
Yeah, they used to kind of look at it as a promotional thing. It would kind of come and go, oh, dollar days are back, or the dollar menu. And now they have said it will be a permanent thing. And $5 seems to be that price point that everybody wants. So they have a lot of $5 items. KFC is a very popular $5 bowls. The one upper price point in value is the $7 price point, which is from Taco Bell. They have a $7 Lux Cravings
Taco
box.
Bell was always the cheapest place
They
we
were.
were in high school.
It's counterintuitive, right? But
Yeah.
they have this Lux Cravings box that was just a smash hit in the last year. So you're going to see value anywhere between $3 and $7.
Okay. Another thing that I didn't know about this morning when I was researching this segment, what is a dirty soda?
Okay, dirty
yeah.
soda is one of the innovative, fun new things that's happening in the beverage space. So you used to walk into a fast food restaurant and all they had was the basic soda machine, right? And you'd fill up your Coke or whatever. Well, now they've got healthy drinks and probiotics and energy and coffee programs and dirty soda, which is basically a soda like a cola or a lemon lime soda that's spiked with cream and a flavored syrup. So again, everybody's just trying to have some novelty item that's fun, that's new, that's fresh, that will get you in the
So
door.
you're making your own vanilla cream soda.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Mary, I love this next talking point because it's something I kind of do, and maybe not blatantly, is sort of flex about saving money on groceries.
Oh, okay. Well, there's two kinds of flexes going on.
Yeah.
There is the tried and true flex about saving money, and you see people saying, "I made dinner for $10," or "Here's my groceries for $40," and people, normal people, I would say, think that's great, and you're a smart shopper. But there's something new going on, which is that people are now flexing about how much they're spending on grocery products. Which, okay, let me unpack
Like in a
this.
good way?
Yeah, because you know how, well, here's what happens. Food is more expensive now, so therefore food is valuable. What do Americans like to do with their valuables? They like to show them off on social media. So you used to see people showing off their Chanel bags or their shopping hauls from Nordstrom with the designer sweaters. Now people are saying, hey, I shopped at Whole Foods or Wegmans or Kowalski's. Here's my cart. Here's my flat iron steak. Here's my olive oil. Here's my organic produce. I spent $150. I'm affluent.
Interesting.
Wow.
So I would never do that.
No.
Right, but it's just how people are.
It's the young people.
It's the people who want to show off something, right? I can do that. And all these things that everybody used to buy olive oil and it was fine. Now it's like really expensive. So it's something you can show off in your cart. It's crazy.
I have not seen those videos, but I'm going to look for them now. And
Yeah.
I feel like I would be a little angry if I saw one of those.
Well, it's not in
It's a
our
little
demographic.
annoying.
I think
Yeah,
probably
It's annoying,
Yeah.
but it's also
Hey.
annoying with the Chanel bag too. So it's the same
100%.
thing.
It's a little not Minnesotan, let's be
It's-
honest.
You're very right.
You
about
don't
that.
see it from Kowalski's, but
Right.
you definitely see it from Wegmans.
Beth, talk about the non-alcoholic drinks, because I think a lot of people do kind of that like dry January to kind of detox after the holidays, but this isn't just sticking around for a month.
It's huge. Yeah, 54% of people participated in Dry January this year, or said they were going to, which is the biggest number we've seen. And it's really kind of part of our more conscientious wellness, health, intentional living lifestyle. So again, having a dry phase is intentional. And people are just thinking, hey, it's healthier. So this is making non-alcohol alternatives super popular. Of course, you've got that cannabis zone, which is, the THC beverages that you now see popping up at bars and gummies and things. And that industry has gone from literally non-existent to thriving in just 5 years. But the big one is, of course, NA beverages. And it's everything from these fun mocktail programs. Have you seen the mocktail menus at local restaurants and bars?
It's a big deal.
big.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is.
big deal, and it's really fun. They're really putting some energy into offering something that's not alcohol. And then, of course, the big spirit companies and the breweries and the wineries have gotten into this game really big in the last 5 years. It grew 27% just last year. So NA beers, used to be there would be one NA beer option. Now you've got a lager and a Pilsner and a dark beer and an IPA, all a million NA options for you. The NA wines are getting better. And, of course, there's lots of NA cocktails. So if you want to enjoy I guess, a margarita or a Paloma, and you don't want to drink that night or you don't drink at all, you can get one in an NA version now. The funny side of this, though, is that the soft drink companies are saying, hey, wait a minute, if you're getting in my business, I'm going to get in your business too. So now brands like Coke and Crystal Light are actually offering their drinks spiked with alcohol. So
oh, that's you know what's funny you say that, because I did see something the other day and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that existed.
Right. So there's a Coke with Jack Daniels. There's Crystal Light vodka spritzers. So really all of these companies are seeing tremendous opportunity on both the hard and soft end of the spectrum, and they're becoming transformed into total beverage companies. So the nice thing is, for those of us that do participate in the Sober Curious, or we limit our alcohol sometimes or all the time, there's just a lot of really fun, great options for everybody now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Beth, Mary, thanks for coming. Good to see you guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. You can get more retail news from Ginger Consulting online. We posted a link for you on MinnesotaLive.com.